Hey, what's up, y'all? This episode is Dooley Harris Presents. We talking about this is more so a reaction to the Dahmer, the Netflix series. It has some crazy mixed reviews and stuff like that, but it's something to talk about. It's crazy. I was blew back when it first started. You know, they was playing that Al B. Sure in the club and stuff. I was like, oh, that's how they started in the club, and man. And I wonder what account did they get this from? Like who told the parts of the story? Maybe him. It was him, right?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, he told on himself. He's pretty psycho.
Yeah. Not only he told on himself, but I think he was tired. He was what didn't care no more. Like it was by the time they called him, it was a head in the refrigerator.
Right, yeah. So I don't know, it's pretty weird. It's like they're saying he gets some type of sexual satisfaction off of doing that too.
Yeah, he was. I'm sorry. It was this whole thing was like freaky, like crazy. Like he
Hmm.
couldn't get off normally to a magazine. He just had to think about animal insides and stuff like that. Like,
Nasty and drinking blood. I guess he was doing that. Cannibalism.
yeah. Which I'm gonna take it a step further. People are more upset that it went on so long because he was in a community that most people, the government or the police, and that nobody cared about.
Hmm.
That's a lot of people to be missing from one area. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people to be missing.
Hmm.
So I mean, during the interview, you can see one of the black detective like getting upset, like, oh, because they were poor or whatever. That's why he felt like they were easy to dispose of.
Yeah. Nobody really looking for them people. My thing was it, nobody seemed to have been looking for any of the people that disappeared, except for like two families, like before he right before he got caught.
Well, yeah, and then you got to think about resources too. If the police was lapsed on people, somebody actually getting killed, of course they ain't gonna give two shits about somebody reported missing. That's the way I want to look at it. I mean, because I don't think I think the way it ended was even more what made it worse because he could have been stopped a while ago, some bodies ago.
Yeah.
You know, and in my time, and it's the reason why I asked how old you were because I remember this just like yesterday. It happened, made national news, like it's type of news where they interrupt what you watching to
Mm.
post that, and then they all you saw was the people in the hazmat suits bringing like deep freezers out, taped up barrels out, taped up with hazmat suits on. You know they had to actually really demolish that building.
They should have.
Yeah,
They should have.
it's not only a health hazard, but also it could have been a shrine in a sense for some more crazy people. And then it's just really like sickening to see like that it went on so far and so long. And he got some breaks too. He got some breaks during the course of all this. The judge saying like you're an upstanding citizen and this and that. It would kind of make you upset. But
Yeah.
I mean, the movie did its purpose. It's supposed to evoke emotion. It's supposed to get something out of you,
Hmm.
and it's supposed to get people talking about it. Only reason I watched it because I heard so many people talking about it. But I'm glad somebody warned me that once I get past the homosexuality of the movie, the series, it'll be okay. Because there's some stuff I was like, that's not cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it was like he was gay. So I don't know. I kind of feel like some of it had to do with if he gay, why is he killing gay people that he's actually attracted to? Like
Well,
he's attracted to them.
I can answer that. His thing was ever since the childhood, everybody he loved and was close to him was always leaving him. So if you ever noticed during some of the times before he actually killed people, he was like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
He really didn't like that.
yeah, that is true.
So he took it towards with that way he can keep them with him. And then that's another reason why he was eating body parts and stuff like that, because it's a part that would stay with him. That's why he was keeping eating them, so to be with him.
That's weird. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's sick, but that's his reasoning. And just like the guy the hitchhiker, we giving away the whole movie. I hope we don't get infringed on anything, but the hitchhiker.
You should have already watched it.
Yeah, well, this should make you watch, because my words does in the movie no justice. You have to actually watch all the series and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
and they asked him, why did he scatter all the bones and everything. You remember that part?
No,
He was like, because that way they'll always be around.
that's crazy. Yeah, I know that hitchhiker guy, I guess he ended up leaving him in the basement of that house in Ohio. He was as close as Ohio, and I think he even was in Grand Rapids for a little bit.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Milwaukee. Milwaukee is Midwest though. So Midwest, if you go different places, Ohio is very, very close to Michigan. Like right now, literally from where we at right now, it's you can be in Ohio in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it was like that's when he killed that hitchhiker when they lived in Ohio. Then he moved to Milwaukee with his grandmother, I think. It's his brother. His brother's still alive now, and he lives in Ohio. But I'm trying to. I think he. It's crazy how he went to the army or whatever, stuff like that
That
to
was
protect.
looking up though. I was like, dang, that's good. That's good. I'm saying, like, how the hell did everything else happen? Then
Right.
womp womp womp. Then I see what he did, and then he ended up back in the damn car. Like, damn it, get out the car.
Yeah.
Like, man, he's like,
Crazy.
you want to party? Lord forbid.
Man. And that's so sad. See, and that's crazy because I think that's one of his first murders. He was like 18 when he did that. When he was at home alone by himself, his mom just left the house and left him, and his dad was gone at a hotel. And so I think he was like 18 then, and people were looking for that boy to meet them at the party. So why they didn't look hard enough? I don't feel like.
Well, you got to think back in those days, a hitchhiker, and he didn't have a cell phone. He just knew a destination. So
Yeah,
in between there's no cell phone you can track or anything like that. He didn't
right.
tell.
He was on his way.
Yeah, and then he was supposed to meet them there. It wasn't no call me here, check in here, this and that. So a lot could have happened in between him hitchhiking, and a lot did happen actually. He didn't make
Right.
it,
Right. So
you know.
that's messed up.
And then it's another thing is it's not as many cameras around. It wasn't as many cameras around back then.
Shit, if any at all, that is an old case.
Where back in 93, 92, 93.
Yeah. And I think he was it 93? Yeah, I don't know. But it was a while ago, and it just seemed like they could have did a little bit better. And it didn't make it no better than his parents. His parents got a lot to do with that by leaving him at home by himself like that.
No. I disagree, because we got left at home by ourselves. We ain't
Well,
never do
that's
no shit.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
But he
Like,
already killing animals, shit.
and
They knew that.
that's how it started. His dad was showing him, like, he thought he was doing something good though, I think.
What? Oh God.
Did you wash your hands, Jeffrey? but
Man.
but yeah, and then it came up. I thought it was gonna come up too in the movie. It was like, no, you can't blame that on me.
Well, his dad said that he's always had murder type thoughts. And he's
Yeah,
like, you get this from me, it's my fault. But he said he just never acted on it. But he said he thought about it like to the point where he thought about murders and how he's gonna murder people, but he just never acted on it.
and another thing though too, and I know you're gonna agree, haven't we both?
I mean, yeah,
We just never acted on it.
yeah. But it seemed like the way the dad was confessing to how he feel about the murders is like this is something he think about all the time. Like
Well,
every time somebody piss him off, he think about I'm gonna kill you or something.
sometimes probably it probably was. Well, that's a good point. He probably was like a really a hothead, but didn't do it. Like
Yeah,
his only example, his only thing to do was kill a person instead of resolving any other type of way.
yeah. Like everybody don't just think, oh shit, you done pissed me off. I think about wrapping something around your neck. Like everybody doesn't think that with every situation.
But we know
That's like,
somebody like that though too.
yeah.
And
So,
that's the thing. That's the one that we just talking about. We keep close as friends, so when shit pop off, we say, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I keep candy at work. Like, here you go, bro. Here you go, candy bar, Snickers, something. You know what I'm saying? Like, for
right,
people
don't get
that's
mad at me.
right, I'm crouched under the desk. He kill everybody. Look under the desk. He be like, "Thanks for the candy." Be like, no problem. Keep it moving.
Right. Don't kill nobody. Yeah, that's crazy. I think that it do like the way his dad was saying that. I think that that does have something to do with that's like your dad being Michael Myers and you don't think about killing nobody never. Come on now.
Oh, some kids stray away from the generation, but some
Yeah,
people go into the same. It's a toss up. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be that way. Like without you even meeting that person, you could be just like that.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He probably feels like he should have been going to kill people so he could show his son that he don't got to go kill people or be crazy. I don't know. Because it's like the way he's blaming himself. Like, do you really think that's a genetic thing to think like that?
No, it raises questions. So that's a really good question. It raises questions to be like, oh, dang, we get diabetes and heart disease genetically and stuff like that. I mean,
Right. Why
but
wouldn't we
something
get mental things genetically?
like and mental health issues, we get that. So that might be something to do with too. But I mean, but to dive deeper, they would probably have to see his dad's state of mind.
Right. Mm-mm. No, it's
That
a lot they got. At the end of the day, it is on Jeffrey Dahmer and how he thinking this stuff. It's just all on him because nobody told him to do that, and he wasn't taught that. He wasn't brought up. I mean, well, I don't know because in the beginning, his dad's the one that taught him how to open up animals and look at their insides and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. But there was
Like,
something like that's something. I mean, like just like going fishing with your son or something. Like if I have a son
well,
going
go
fishing,
fish, don't dissect animals.
well, you got to put the worm on a hook. That was in there too. He took it a step further. You're right. He took it a step further. A
Yeah,
way
that was
step further.
weird.
Be like
I would never.
leave that dead animal alone.
Yeah, shit, the dad going to pick the dead animals up. Come here, son. I got another one, and open them up and stuff. That's weird.
Uh,
Shit, he want to open up a human now and see what that's like.
that was a
Oh,
turn on to him.
yeah, it was a turn on to the dad, like it was a hobby. So
But I think it was more so like bonding time.
yeah, well, it was just weird. All of them was weird, and the mom was probably like, "Fuck this weird shit. I'm out of here." Me and my
And
other son, that's not weird.
yeah, and they blamed a lot of stuff on her, but I mean, she probably
Yeah,
was
she
like,
got the fuck out of there.
she did.
Yeah, she probably was like, "Fuck Jeff, fuck whatever the dad's name is."
And that dead possum under the house. I'm out.
Yeah, and she told him, she like, "You ain't coming with us with your weird ass. Stay here with your daddy." And
Like,
she was gone.
you're gonna leave me just like my mom.
Right.
There's a lot left out of that.
Mm-hmm. And the brother, I wonder what he doing now. How he feel that he's grown and he was living with a serial killer.
Well, another thing though too, we all we've all bumped into serial killers at this time of day, and I had this debate before whether you know it or not, you came into contact with one or another. If they have multiple bodies on them, And you pretty much bumped into one, known one before. Could have easily been a victim before.
Yeah.
And I commend you for going to Detroit like you do because I just found out what those green lights at those gas stations are.
What are those?
The green light is Operation Green Light. They have cameras and stuff where they catch certain incidents happening and stuff. And them people don't care. They don't care that there's cameras there.
No.
And every
Man, I'm
time,
going.
like I cut through there Saturday, we had to cut through there every single time. It reminds me of me coming up. It looks a lot like my where I used to live. But I always see something jacked up every single time.
Yeah.
You laughing because you know.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
And I was talking to somebody like, do you get, you don't get, you get, I don't say used to it, like, you know, it's not for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that'll probably help you move different too. But every single time, man. And then, not to mention the news don't help.
No.
They just closed 94 down. That damn girl got found on the damn highway. Well, on the side of the highway.
Oh, when that happened?
This happened last Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they closed it down. It was a 17-year-old girl. They
Mm.
found out that she had ended up getting shot.
In what area?
8 Mile and I can't think of what it is, but it was 8 Mile and something.
Okay, down there in Detroit. That's crazy. She probably got shot and somebody just threw out the car or something.
And that's what they were trying to figure out. Did she get like shot before and dumped there, or did she get shot on the highway, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. She could have been running down the highway and somebody shot her.
But the highway ain't no place to be.
Mm-hmm.
On foot, definitely.
Right. No. That's crazy. Yeah, so that stuff going on. And like that Watcher, like that's crazy.
And that's on, I'm gonna check that out tonight actually. That's on Netflix.
Yeah, you got to. It's like that shit's crazy. It make you want to go watch the house. Everybody watching that damn house. Like, who is the Watcher?
What? No, give me a brief like tell me like what is it based on about?
Shoot. Honestly, it's about this guy. It starts off about this guy named John List. And he liked that house and he moved up in there. He had a son and a daughter. They both was teenagers, 13 and 16, something like that. And his wife and his mom moved in. And it was the nicest, biggest house on the block. Everybody liked the house. Now I don't know how much he bought it for, but excuse me, I did a little research and it was sold for $1 like 3 or 4 times.
Ain't that a red flag though?
Back in the day, like that, I mean, yeah, $1 period. I don't care how back in the day it is because it was only like 1905 or something like that.
$1 still you gonna pay what, maybe 300-400 for a big house to own it? I don't know.
Yeah,
But not $1.
and then how many acres is on? It's like you could put 2 houses and 3 garages on the land or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of land.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so so it starts off with him and it's crazy because he starts getting these letters and the letters are telling him to kill his family, so he went on and did it. And then somebody moved in after him and she ends up killing her husband and killed herself. And then I think another family moved in after that or something, but then the family that they have the show about ended up moving in. So they're just going crazy. They keep getting these letters from I'm the watcher, I'm watching you, and we want the blood. So are you willing to sacrifice your kids and stuff like that? And everybody wanted the house, and there was tunnels under the house. They even followed somebody through the tunnel, but couldn't find like the end of the tunnel because it's like a brick wall or whatever. But from what they showed on the show, the person that ran through the tunnel the tunnel led to a neighbor's house, and they ended up in the neighbor's house across the street.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. And then it's crazy because the guy that killed his family, the first guy to live there and killed his whole family, he was never caught. He cut his face out of all the pictures in the family pictures and burnt them up. And so there's no pictures of him. The only thing they could have done was describe him and have a sketch artist maybe draw him. So he ended up coming by the house when the newer people and the people that didn't kill themselves, when they end up moving there, he come by the house and while they're doing construction, and he tells the man his name is John, but he never said his last name. But then later on, the man ended up getting some records about the house, and it was the guy John that lived there and killed his family before. And he ended up being in his house and stuff, and it's just a repetitive thing. But those people, they didn't end up killing themselves. They ended up moving out, and then they ended up started watching the house because they're trying to figure out who was watching them. It's just at this point, everybody's watching the house. The people that end up moving out, they start watching the house because they want to figure out who was watching them. The watcher's still watching the house. It's just everybody's watching the damn house. So at that point, you don't know who the watcher is besides the person that's still sending the letters. And it's just weird. It's like, why? I just think that they should seal that tunnel up. I don't know. Because that's the way the people are getting in is through that tunnel in the basement.
But they coming from the neighbor house.
Yeah. The neighbor across the street. Or well, I guess it was the neighbor next door. The neighbor next door.
So whoever they watching the wrong house probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it, man, because this got me really, really thinking, really, 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 really thinking.
Yeah, because it's crazy. It's like I don't see how the police aren't involved and couldn't have figured this out. They're not doing investigations. Probably they don't really care, but it's just too weird. It's too weird.
Yeah. Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, Galaxy, who is this? Galaxy 5G.
I thought I seen it say 3.
Hello.
It's the watcher.
Stop playing.
No name. They sent a message.
Did they? Let me check out. They did send a message?
It popped up on my phone that said, I can't hear you. I don't see it no more.
Okay. Let's see who this might. This is this is right here. I see. Let it upload it together. Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? I can't see nobody.
You gotta turn on your UN. I don't know. Let me see. Which one is you? Is you 269210?
Nope.
You Galaxy A32 5G?
I guess so. Yeah, I got a Galaxy.
Okay, then that's you. You on Galaxy. The 269 phone number is coming through. This happened before. You sure who got it? That's Ben Harbor. What that area?
Well, what do you mean? I don't understand what you're talking about.
It's
I don't know how I got to last time.
It's two of them right now that's in here. One, you got a Galaxy 5G, and then it's another one with just a straight phone number.
What's the phone number?
It's 269-210-1567.
That's mine. That's
Okay,
mine.
so that's you right there. So I'm finna merge with video, merge. And then you are complete, and then you should be there.
I'm on here.
Okay. We were just passing time by talking about you watched that Jeffrey Dahmer thing on Netflix?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, you watched the thing on Netflix, it showed the series.
Oh no. I mean, when it came out, when he did what he did, you know, and after
Hey.
they killed him in prison,
Yeah.
it was a go.
Yeah, but they did due diligence to make sure that it was accurate to a T. It was a good docuseries once you get past the homosexuality.
I mean, what brought Jeffrey Dahmer up? What brought him up?
We were just talking about stuff that's trending and talking about that.
Why would he be trending? Why would somebody trend Jeffrey Dahmer?
You don't because they put his stuff out on Netflix, and it's a smash, like the best thing they put out so far, with all the views and stuff. And I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying. Like
No. Why ain't on video, man? Why I can't see nobody?
Shit. Let me see.
Why every time I come in here?
He said, why would he be trending?
Yeah. Why would somebody be interested in Jeffrey Dahmer? I want to know who.
Well,
who
the
wanna
story,
know about Jeffrey Dahmer?
the story they showed, people is like the way they put it out. So it's like it's pretty much added on
I feel
to
what you're saying.
details.
You're saying it's trending. You're saying people is interested in people watching it. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I don't. You know that the people that would be interested in something like that. You know, I ain't. You know, that ain't no conversation. You know, I don't want to speak about no savage.
Well,
That ain't nothing to
no.
talk about. That's a savage.
Well, I mean, it's
And-
entertainment.
I mean, everything is entertainment.
And it gives
Everything's
you
entertainment.
a deeper view. If you watch it, you would understand. If you started even watching it, if you even started it, I don't expect you to finish it. But
Man, what do you mean? How do you know I haven't?
because we were just talking about it's on Netflix. You got Netflix?
Come on, man. What you mean? Do I got Netflix, man? Come on, man.
Well, so you
I
watched
got
it then.
100 something. Well, I'm trying to say it's nothing that I want to talk about. Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, what type of topic is that? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Hey,
He's a fucking cannibal. He don't even deserve. I don't even want to hear his name. His name don't even deserve to be spoken
the champ is
into
here.
existence. He don't even care.
The champ is here. Hey,
Why
Kels.
would we? I'm just saying. Why would we sit and waste our breath and give in to something as sadistic as a being like that? I don't even want to give that type of energy to nothing like that.
Understood. And I see where you're coming from too. But
You know,
it's
he's not even a human. He
It's
wasn't
just
even
knowledgeable
supposed to be.
information for people that really didn't know nothing about that, you know.
What for cannibalism? Who into cannibalism? Or who into just? I mean, each his own. But I'm saying that's not my cup of tea.
That's not the easiest. That's not the easiest zone.
I don't know what means and what type of, unless he's some type of mad scientist or whatever. I don't understand what type of
He's a mad serial
individual.
killer, and that's interesting people as to why he did this. What was he thinking?
Well, he was eating people. He did it to eat people. I mean, what's so interesting about that? He was a sadist. He was sadistic.
It's pretty much cut
He
and
was
dry.
messed up in the head. He was messed up in the head. I mean, Listen, a 6-year-old would know what that the man ain't got it all. Period. So it's nothing for me to not for me to be talking about.
Understood. Okay, I'm gonna get into this story real quick, and then we're gonna talk about something that you have brought up the last episode. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I want to tell this story about Kel was picking me up from work one day, and I was out east. Oh my God! I thought I was gonna die that night. I'm gonna tell this story about my guest on here picking me up from work when I was out east. That was the scariest drive ever.
Wow.
It was more so like, what was you was feeling good, wasn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why are you going that fast? Slow down. Damn shit. Oh my God, I almost kissed the fucking ground when I got out the car. But yeah, that was the longest, shortest ride ever. We got back in about what, 30, 35. That's a record right there. Yeah, I digress. But all right, what you wanna grasp on, Kenny?
Huh?
What you
Well,
want?
no, I thought you had a topic. I thought you had a topic or something to speak on. I ain't know it was Jeffrey Dahmer, man. I didn't know
No,
that.
we just
was gonna
passing.
be a
We were just passing time till you got in.
Oh,
So
we
Like,
got a
I'm
lot
ready
of
to
we
get
got a
off
lot
So-
we got
so-
a lot of we got a lot of real stuff, real important people, people who trying to do something in life or trying to help the cause that we could be talking about instead of Jeffrey Dahmer.
yeah,
You
and
know what I
also
mean? I mean,
also we got
brought-
some real
that
issues
shit.
as well
We do
too
that.
with real people.
Huh?
We got real issues with real
What?
people too. Okay,
Yeah, we got real issues. Yeah, we got real issues. Real issues. We got real life issues dealing with people. I mean, just like I'm just saying in general,
okay,
in life.
shoot.
The issue, I mean, it's just like this. Issues just like this. We are here to talk, we here to speak or something, and then we end up talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I mean? That's, that's something that I'm talking about right now. There's
Okay.
a billion things that we could be talking about that hold some type of intellect that means something. You got a lot of people out there right now that's trying to fight for human equality, the same things they was fighting for in the 50s and 60s. They still fighting for them today. Our judicial system is still up and this and that and the other. I want to know if there's anybody out there that we can try to figure out ways to make that better. Or
Oh yeah.
that
I have an
type of
answer
way.
for that. It's called voting for your, and that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm glad you said
We
that.
got a lot of inner city. We got a lot
Because
of inner city schools.
Right now, it's
That's failing. We got a lot of inner city schools that's failing. We got a lot of teachers that ain't up to par to be able to teach adequately. I mean, we got a lot of things. We got
That's perfect.
economic.
And perfect. Let me address that too as well. That's perfect. Okay, how I go about fixing it? Vote. Right now is election time. They searching for everybody trying to get your vote right now for November. For November's ballot.
I mean, okay, I hear you say vote. I hear you say vote. They say vote every year. But I'm talking about a more community type situation to get into a more I want to take on personal responsibility instead of leaving it all in somebody else's hands. That
Understood, but it starts somewhere. It starts somewhere. Somebody has to have your best interest in mind. Somebody has to have your best interest in mind. That's in those offices.
As a nation of people, we ain't even educated enough in politics to know what's best for us. These are the urgent things that I'm talking about. We quick to say, let's do this, let's do that, or let's do that, or let's go vote. Who you gonna vote for? You don't know nothing about politics. You don't know nothing about that man. You don't know nothing about that. You ain't been following that man. They keep us busy in life when you're not gonna be able to track all that down unless
Okay.
you
Understood.
become
For the average person, they don't know how to go about their process. But Tell
Well,
us
I
what.
didn't say they don't. Listen. Wait a minute. You talk too fast. That ain't what I said. I didn't say for the average person they don't know how to go through the process. It ain't that they don't know how to go through the process. They don't know the people that they're supposed to be trying to vote for. If
Okay.
you say go vote, okay, who would you vote for if you were to vote, and tell me why?
I don't go by election ads. I go by research.
I know, I'm just saying this ain't to you, period, though. This just in general. But I'm going to get something other than the answer that I asked when I asked anybody.
Understood. So what would you go about doing for that answer? Because I mean, if you don't vote, whoever get voted in, it's going to be their own agenda and not yours.
Well, no, I'm saying what I'm saying is it ain't just no one answer to none of this. It's a lot of answers. We need a lot of answers, and we got to do a lot of things to get to the right answer. Mm-hmm. And the right answer is we have to know who we voting for. If you don't do no study, you don't do no background checks, you don't do none of those things, how do you know who you voting for? Everybody, when it comes time to vote, everybody gonna get out there with their best hand and tell you all the good stuff you want to hear and this and that and other. But what did he do 20 years ago? What did he do 30 years ago? What you got to look back at that, because he might be one of the main reasons that was responsible for the heavy incarceration. He might be one of the main reasons that was involved. Be involved in them flooding the streets, the drugs and all that stuff. He might be sitting in one of them cabinets. You know, he might have been sitting in one of them chairs. You know, you gotta look at these.
But I have a question.
And I don't care nothing about. What was the question then?
I have a question. How would you go about changing things in the form of how you would like to see it?
It ain't about how I would like to see it. You want to know how I would like the world to be?
Yeah, even go with that. That's fine. You can go with that. Yeah, I'll take that.
Well, how I would like the world to be, it ain't the issue. That's more personal. How the world should be, how we dealing with the laws that we up under, how they should be carried out in a righteous fashion and not used against you in a malicious fashion. You know what I mean? These are the things that I'm talking about.
Well,
how I want the world to be. Everybody gonna tell you they want the world, they want peace and happiness, but peace and happiness.
Of course. But you're a man that's highly intelligent, so that's why I'm saying. That's why I asked, honestly.
But this is what I'm telling you. How I would want the world shouldn't matter. Hitler was a highly intelligent man.
He was a great speaker. He was a great speaker. That's it.
Well, he wasn't just no great speaker. He was an intelligent man. How many men you get to follow you? How many men you get to tell you can tell to destroy a whole nation of people when they go do it?
Well, that's it.
He just ain't no dummy. Ain't nobody just no follow no dummy to go do it.
Understood.
He ain't no dummy. The man wasn't no dummy. But what I'm trying to say is, the question shouldn't be how I would want the world to be, but how the world should be that we live in now.
And you get those guidelines from. You get those guidelines. It's something that brings the fire in you. What is it?
I don't understand the question.
Okay. Well, you're saying something of you don't understand this. You want certain things. You can't provide the answer to how you would want it to be. It's personal. But I'm saying, like, what do you think would be a start of finding actually something significant to people to actually follow and go through and actually have something they want that's prosperous?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I've been saying it, but it's like you're not hearing it. You have to educate yourself. People, we need to educate ourselves to know what we're doing. How you gonna go out and vote and you don't know what you're doing? You don't know who to vote for because you don't know nothing about nobody.
And that's a double-edged sword.
How you gonna do something that's best for you? How you gonna do something that's best for you when you don't even know who you picking to do it?
Right.
You don't know what you're choosing
okay.
about.
Understood. That's a perfect point.
If I don't know what I'm choosing for, how I'm gonna know what's best for me?
Okay, so people gonna vote somebody in, regardless of what people know or not know. What people are ignorant to, the law says ignorance is no excuse. So who you vote for, who you don't vote
And that's
for.
what,
Somebody's going to get
back
voted
to
into
what I
office.
just said again. Back to what I just said again. Educate yourself.
Yeah, I'm
Find
100% with that. But then how do you put that
So
among the masses that don't educate themselves, that don't vote?
And
I
you
mean,
That don't do anything.
You don't know what you're voting for. You don't
it's put up
vote.
on
Just
you.
vote.
It's put up on you. It's put up on everybody. Everybody has a responsibility, and they always talk about it's a responsibility to vote. And that's the first thing a black person, Mexican, and all of them do, because they don't know shit about those people who they going to, especially in urban communities. They don't know shit about the people who they going to vote for in the first place.
So that's a great point.
To
That's a great point.
educate yourself
How would those
to
people educate themselves?
It's easy to find out the people who they got running. All you got to do is Google. You ain't even got to go to the library these days. All you got to do is Google. But anyway, it ain't finna go all back. I'm trying not to get sidetracked from the point. We all individuals, and just like I say, you always talking about go out and vote. Everybody always talking about go out and vote, and quit taking things so defensive because it's not you. This is a general speech when I'm saying this. This is to everybody who use this word. Go out and vote. Everybody go out and vote. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody told nobody to educate themselves on these on none of the runners or none of this. They just tell them simply this: go out and vote. I've been hearing it since I was yay high.
I understand.
Since I was yay high. Go out and vote. Go out and vote for who and for what? If you can't tell me that, then what you telling me to go vote for?
Okay, and I get that. So I'm saying in a category where you see that loophole, what would you advise people to do besides educate themselves on the candidates that they vote for?
What would I advise them?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you know this is what I'm going to say. If you know the candidate, first you educate yourself. Once you find out about the candidate and what they're about and this and that and other, and none of them can't help you in your circumstances. None of them might not be as what you want. But you got to find one that's near to what may help satisfy you. And 9 times out of 10,
the lesser evil.
Now, hold on. Excuse me. If you ask me a question, let me finish talking. Please stop interrupting me while I'm talking.
My apologies, sir.
Because we're not going to get anywhere if you keep trying to direct my answers in a certain type of way. When I get done talking, then you speak and ask me something else. I don't have no problem with it, but I can't deliver what needs to be delivered if you keep trying to overtalk me.
That's fine. I'm listening.
So this is what I'm saying. Because the things that you're asking is like, I'm not going to even say, I'm not even going to say that. But basically they is simple. But so you educate yourself to who these candidates are. After you educate yourself to who these candidates are, look at yourself in your situation. And if you're intelligent enough to understand your situation, then you vote for who you think would be best in your situation. None of them might not touch it. 9 times out of 10, none of them ain't gonna touch it. Because since I've been living, ain't none of them touched it. The only one even came close to it was Trump. Period. So, and I give Jimmy Carter a little. I give Jimmy Carter a little something too. I give Jimmy Carter something. Because in the 70s, Jimmy Carter was all right. It was pretty all right. My mama got a goddamn raise. The minimum wage went up to what? $3.25 or was it $3.75? One of them anyway. It was all right. But this is what I'm talking about. So if you're not trying to do nothing for the communities that need it, stop voting for them. Stop voting for them. Stop making their careers, stop blowing their careers up. And then we can get to the nitty gritty and when they start realizing that we're serious voters, we're educated, we know who we looking for, you just can't throw nobody up there, we know your past, we know your history, we know what you really into, you say you for this, but look, you just did this to that, and my kids had to pay for that. You put laws against kids that didn't even have none of their first time incident, none of that. And you directed them toward inner city kids, poor, impoverished kids. You directed those laws toward them. So why would I vote for you?
Mhm.
I can't do that because you're going to do the same thing you did then if you get in office. You got a lot of people out there in politics throw rocks and hide their motherfucking hands. We have to be educated to know who they are. And we have to be educated enough to know when somebody is doing something for us and when they're not.
Mhm.
That's what we need to start doing and quit following because Whitey say it's right. Let's do it.
Okay.
Because all this time since you've been here, since slavery and everything, if the white we're gonna do something for you, they'd have been and done it. If white wanted you to do better, they'd have been trying to help you do better. We wouldn't be the only ones. We wouldn't be the only nationality. Well, they don't even say we got no nationality. But anyway, we wouldn't be the only people in this country. 40-something million of us. And only what, 4% of us is homeowners? Get the fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? It's more than just black and white. It's more than what you see. How you gonna have any type of generational wealth? And we only 3% of us own any goddamn thing on this earth. From this country, you have to start opening up your eyes. If you're gonna build generational wealth, you gotta start owning stuff. You gotta start buying stuff.
That makes sense.
You gotta start buying property, houses, land, buildings, garages, anything. If you ain't got nowhere to go, they're gonna get rid of you. And I don't understand why we think that we too civil to be annihilated, too civil for them to have us put into extinction. And that's exactly what they will do. That's exactly what they'll do. And I understand it might not be 10 years from now, might not be 20 years from now, but I don't want it to ever be. Because damn, how Hitler did that and all these other countries was going on and they ain't doing nothing about it for all that time and this, that, and other. What if you think about if America tried something like that? Who do you think gonna step in?
They're trying it now. Sorry. I'm letting you talk. Go ahead.
I'm waiting. Who do you think gonna step in then? We just gotta start doing things for ourselves. We gotta start checking for ourselves. We gotta start doing better things for ourselves. We have to start educating ourselves all around the board. Because the education that they tried to give us, most of us rejected it, and the ones who did do it realized at the end of the day, shit, they got horns. They were hoodwinked. The world ain't even like that. He ain't even like that. Life ain't even like that. He realized he had been hoodwinked. And once he realized he got hoodwinked, what else can he do? You become hollow. Because on one hand, they send me to school to do all these things and this and that and the other, and I've been riding this way real heavy. Even my white friends and stuff like me, like this. But I know it ain't the truth. What type of position you gonna hold when you know it's falsified? When you know you're not the real deal? They out there all day. That's why they don't speak up. Everybody who got a hand in something, who can make a change, who can do things, who can say things to make a change, they won't do it. They won't do it because they've been jumping through hoops all their life. Now, what you gonna do? How you gonna go against something that you've been doing all your life? And Shady White looking at you, you know he sponsor you for this and sponsor you for that. You know he got your back on this and that. So you gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch what you say, so you ain't gonna say nothing. And that's what it is, man. I mean, I've never been rich. I've never been rich.
But you ain't
But I
never,
like to be.
yeah.
I like to be. Because when you get rich, you know, people change. You're on a different status. People look at you different. You don't hang in the same circle. You got a whole new different people. You act different. You stay doing that long enough now, certain things that you come from ain't good enough for me no more. Now you just start turning your nose up to stuff that you used to enjoy and kick it with the boys and this and that and other and all that type of shit. Because now they done got you out of a class where they look at the skin tone and say who you are and put you in a box. Now they done put you in a social box. Now, they still ain't forgot your color, but now they done put you in a social box. Now you don't want to relate to the people to your color because you're in a social box. Now you don't want to let how people look at you, how your social peers look at you. How they whisper about you if you do this, if you do that. So I'm quite sure it is a lot of pressure. I'm quite sure it is a whole lot of pressure. And I'll be glad when the first black man with some money jump out from up under all that pressure and speak what needs to be spoke to his people so they can understand that they can't be bought to be quiet. Everybody can't be bought to be quiet. Everybody can't be bought for something. I would like for one of them to do that. Instead of bringing it down to all the poor people, all the so-called educated poor brothers and this and that and other, trying to get word out to people. I wish we can get some of these people that got influence, real influence, some of the rappers and stuff. A boy, little baby already said, goddamn, it's some shit. He's scared to say some shit. He ain't gonna lie. Some shit he can't say, but you know, it is what it is. I ain't never been in that situation. I can't talk about the man. I ain't never been in that situation, but I sure would like to be in the situation. I sure would like to be the one to break that. I sure would, because so far we ain't found nothing to do it yet. It ain't a man who spoke his mind and told what it was like it was since Malcolm X. Since Malcolm X. And he lived poor and he died poor. And that's probably the only reason why he kept speaking the way he was speaking, because he ain't had nothing in the first place. He ain't had nothing to lose. All he was trying to do is put the truth out by any means necessary to his people, black nationalists to the fullest. See, we ain't gonna talk about no oh my God. We ain't gonna talk about sitting at the table with nobody, that's for sure. We ain't gonna talk about sitting at the table with nobody. But if you don't do for yourself, ain't nobody gonna do for you. As simple as that.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to, and I hope that our people today start educating themselves a little bit better about the polls, about the candidates that's running and everything. You know, that's all it takes. It ain't just go out and vote. You know who you're voting for. And if you don't think nobody even deserves a vote, then don't give it to them. You ain't got to vote. It's your right.
I totally agree. But just let me know when it's my
Don't
turn.
just go. Man, it's been your turn. This is your show.
I wasn't trying to overtalk you. Remember, you told me don't overtalk you, so that's fine.
Oh,
Listen.
yeah, what you... Boy, you something else, boy. You know, I know you got to be family.
I listened, didn't I?
Yeah,
I'm still listening. Actually, go on.
But you know, I didn't mean for the young lady to leave or nothing like that. But
No,
you know, come on, man.
she good. She doing her thing with like she's good.
Right,
you good.
Right. We got serious stuff going on. You understand?
Yeah. I'm proud of her.
on.
I'm looking at her. I'm so fucking proud of her right now. What she doing right now? That's amazing. That's nothing to do with what we talking about right now. So let me know when you.
Hey, Abdul, why I ain't on video? Why I can't see my face? I wanted to see my face and stuff. Why I can't do that like I did the last time?
I tried to merge them. Look down at your bottom screen on your phone. And I just asked you again to start your video. So that should pop up.
It's on my video call and it's unavailable. I ain't trying to video call.
Look down at the bottom where you see.
They got me. They got all these numbers that came up on me. I'm looking at the passcode, my participant ID, and my meeting ID.
Yeah, it's on the bottom of your screen when you see it's the bottom left of your screen. It says it has some headphones and it has start video at the bottom left.
Oh, I had seen that earlier. Hold on. I got it. Let me see.
Oh man, we don't forget. You know what? You could have start your rant over. Because I need to see this shit. This shit is golden.
Tap to speak.
There you go. There you go.
So I still can't see myself.
Swipe over or something.
Oh, I can't see. I can't. Okay, let me see. I can't see you. Okay, background, video, call effects, color, image. Okay. That's fucked up.
No, that's
I did something, but
yeah, that you there.
Huh?
In full light. I see you and hear you.
Yeah, I had to. I wonder why it's like that though. Oh.
I wish you would have had found this before you started talking, because this is great. This is great. Absolutely great.
Let me see, man. I don't like this. Something ain't happening. Let me see what I'm doing wrong.
You got it right here. It's clear as day on this
Okay,
end.
there you go. You told me you did it right. I had to do a little bit more swipe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that light on that picture.
Okay. All right, there you go. But I wish you would have figured this shit out when you was going on and talking and stuff. Like that's fucking content right there.
Yeah, you still got it on speaker and everything, though.
Yeah, it's still recording. It's still recording. It's all good. But damn.
But you kind of like understand what I was talking about. I
all the way understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
100% understand what you're saying.
Yeah, we'll have to really, it'll have to be a topic, and I have to really, but yeah, I'm more into our people and everything, and doing what we try to make things better for our people as a whole.
And then I'm sorry, we had to push this, and we're gonna have to keep pushing this. The name of the book is what?
Butterfly Business. Where my glasses at? I need my glasses. I got to read. I can't even read the synopsis without my glasses.
No, let them read it when they purchase it.
What, a tale of two childhood sweethearts? who grew apart from one another, the characters Isis and D-Boy, would take you on a serious roller coaster ride. Isis is so much in one character: strong, resistant, unsure, vibrant, and sympathetic, seductive, and so much more as he grows into the hood and deals with his severely bad relationship, prostitution, and more of all this harsh reality of this is Isis in her life. And D-Boy jumps out at you from the very beginning as he quickly embraces the underground world of gambling, pimping, violence, incarceration in small black city of Ben Harbor, Michigan, overrun with corruption and violence.
Enough said.
Through his and her roller coaster, through his and her roller coaster ride, they never separated. But they both quickly discovered leaving old problems in the past only made room for new ones. Butterfly Bitch, you haven't heard the last of these two characters. Yeah, this is gonna be something to deal with.
And you left them some. I'm sorry, I interrupted you again, but you left them something.
No, you good.
To fucking grasp on to for the next one.
That's right. That's how we looking. That's how we doing it.
Yes,
It's
that's
real
amazing.
deal.
That's amazing. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful to the man upstairs to actually be able to be here right now. But like right now, it's my two favorite people on here. Nobody knows that, so don't tell nobody. All right.
Yeah. Where them boys are out there in Detroit? I made a couple calls. I'm gonna make a couple more calls to them little filmmakers and stuff out there in Detroit. They got a lot of filmmakers, producers, and all type of stuff right there in
man,
Detroit,
and then,
all around.
When I get straight though, I'm building my arsenal right now. I'm just trying to figure out how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I
mean, I won't charge you a dime once I get official.
Oh, it's gonna I'll be once you get official, it's gonna be you gonna have your podcast gonna be slamming.
Yeah.
And I understand. And then that way, when you I know you're gonna be a little bit more careful about who you invite. You know what I mean?
I'm careful now.
I
I'm
know
more careful now.
I know you're gonna be all the way. You're gonna be all the way tight. You right now. You still there touching the water. As your resources start to come together, you're gonna start tightening up. That's simple as that. And
right now,
not saying that you ain't tight now.
No. You're right. You're absolutely correct, though. Right now, that's what I'm doing. But I can't. My mentor is the big dog, so I can't just be like starting at the bottom. They showing me shit that I need to do, and it's hard. It's hard when you don't have a mentor, and then this come out and you do this, and then you find out later that's not the move, and it's not. This is coming from a horse's mouth.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think you're doing. I really do think you're doing a super job. I think sometimes, if we speaking openly and everything, I think that sometimes you try to like guide your guests in the way in certain directions. You try to question. Well, the questions that you ask, you try to send them in certain directions, and certain answers seem like you be looking for when you question them. And the most important
you're
thing, like
absolutely correct, because I got a strike against me on this channel. You're absolutely correct. I will lead that into like all my work being gone, disappeared. I can't do that. I got 2 years worth of work. You have to understand that.
Listen, I feel you. But I'm just expressing little things that I kind of like to. But the one thing that you do is like you just did then. Always let them get to the point. If you do have to interrupt, because it is your podcast and you do have time and you do want to hear from other people and stuff of that nature, but always let them get to that point, and they will love being a speaker on your podcast. They would love it.
I actually
That's the
though,
most-
I shut people down to have you because you the realist. Not realist, but realist. Like
I know what
your
you're saying.
ideology is a realist. You have a realist ideology. That's why I prefer
Right.
that.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, then, because the show gonna get it to me. You know, I don't mean to. I try to speak in a way where I don't offend anybody, and I always try to let people know that
And don't worry about me.
Conversation. Right. And I'll be trying to say this is in general because nothing is personal. I'm speaking of a nation. I'm speaking of people, and it's not you or me. We all got. It's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But
Yeah,
as a
absolutely.
whole, we are in dire need to listen to one another and come together about something. And if we come together about something, maybe we can come together about something else.
Man, you
And
know
we
what,
don't need
Kenny?
no big time leader
sorry,
or nothing like that.
I'm finna interrupt you.
Go ahead.
I loved every
Go
fucking
ahead.
second of it. I loved every second of it. Every second of it. And then
That's
I
what's up.
step back and then, you know, like, okay, I'll be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I can interject and when I step in, I'm always there. But you know what though? You had something on your mind. Let's let it go. This is what this built off of though. We talked about
That's
this.
right. And see, that's right. And that's what I'm telling you about when you in the future, when you have guys on there, but I've seen you though. I've seen you sit back and I've seen you just let them get it through and let them get it through. I've seen you do it.
I was smiling. I was
and
smiling
that's
the
what
whole
made me-
time. I was smiling. I'm still smiling.
Yeah. And that's what made me say that I could get on this podcast. Because at least he gonna let me say what I gotta say. I got a lot of stuff to say, and it don't just have to be this topic, but any topic it is, it always gonna lead me back to my people. You know, what's going on in society, you know, my people is it's an urgency that they educate themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because
I get it. That's why I shut the fuck up. Period.
yeah, it's urgent that we do that, or things will happen, and we'll be saying, "How did it happen?"
And also, I'm
Because
gonna
we didn't
take
educate,
my
we
shit to the
didn't-
next level
because-
of how I do my shit though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a learning experience for me. I never
right.
get personal.
That's
I
right.
never get personal. This is my relaxed time. This is what gets me by for the next week. You know what I'm saying?
When I want to know about a person, something, it's so easy now because we got Google, and I can go find a few articles and everything just like that, no problem. Just to have some type of conversation where I can be able to conversate about this person.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? To have some facts about this person that I'm talking about. And it don't take no time. In 10, 15 minutes, you done read enough that you can conversate about for a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes a few articles, especially when there's some sneaky stuff,
We both know that.
some under the hand stuff, and things of that nature. When you just want to know about a person. So if you know about a person, and if you don't read his past, you don't look into his past, and then when you see him right now shining like a shining armor, a knight in shining armor, and talking real good to you and to all the good folks and everything, and we go forward. We gotta start digging. We gotta start not just taking things at face value.
Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
When I go past in people yards, you know, it's election time right now. You finna see so many names that you don't even recognize. What I do
Why?
is, huh?
I'm listening.
Okay, there's so many names you don't recognize. That's from the people that's already in office. I do my research on those people, and they put them in the right places.
Yeah, I can see that.
They put them on
Because
like when you jumping
they
off
are-
the highway or you getting on the highway. That's what those people are. And let me finish, please, because I let you finish.
Mm-hmm.
But I do my research on them, and you are absolutely correct when they ain't doing nothing. They don't know nothing about it. They don't care about none of us. You're correct with that, and I agree. But at the same time, it's my duty to educate people on not to vote for them. And the
Oh,
least
yeah,
the,
that's
the
true.
least we can do is not vote for them, but keep the same people in office until we figure shit out. Like
And
Granholm,
that's true.
she almost got fucking kidnapped.
I love the Granholm.
And
The
look,
best governor Michigan had, hands down. Well, no, I ain't gonna say the best. They had one.
Blanchard,
Governor
Blanchard.
Governor Blanchard. Her Blanchard and damn, I don't know why I keep thinking about Pat Fasula up in Wichita, but Granholm is the best governor Michigan ever had.
Yeah. And I will say that to the rooftops. For the simple fact, like, shit, man, like, she's not the Secretary of State. She is the governor. She decided shit when COVID was hitting hard. I gotta think about that too. And you know, like I said, I'm always biased because I caught COVID. And right now my lungs ain't the best. But at the same time, like I'm trying to be long-winded about this. You know, like she was there.
I like that woman. I'm gonna tell you why I like that woman. Not mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna tell you why I like that woman. I like that woman because she remind me she a woman Trump. Without all the sarcasm, with the intelligence.
She has a lot of intelligence.
The woman do what's right. She do what's right for her state. She do what's right as a governor. She do what's right. And that's all you can ask for anybody.
But you gotta realize, like, when they told her to stand down,
listen,
she didn't for her fucking state.
What?
When they told her, like,
they
stop.
had Governor English. Governor English spent 12 years. 12 fucking years destroying our state. And you know what? 1991, the same year, I got a criminal offense. The offense was nothing but a 4-year offense. That's what they gave me. But guess what English said? Not on his watch. He made me do every year with him. All 12 years with him. He wasn't letting no motherfucker go. Nobody who had ever committed a crime before and was locked up again, you would not get out. If he had it, you would never get out. That's why Granholm stepped in and did what was right. She released me immediately and another 3,000 and some other persons the first month. Then the next month, another 6,000. Because that man was piling people in that penitentiary, making money off of them, just piling them in there. No rehabilitation, no nothing.
Now I have a question.
Out.
Now I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because you knew you wasn't supposed to be in there, and she knew you wasn't supposed to be in there. They put people under certain flags and scenarios and shit like that.
She did the right thing. And she didn't do it just for me. She did it across the board. She did the right thing. It wasn't about color, race, or none of that. It was about your time. How much time did you give these people? And how much, when they were supposed to went home, let all these people go. Ain't no way. That was illegal. He should have been arrested. He should be doing time as a war criminal. Real talk. And that's what he should be doing right now today, because he just said, I'm not letting them go. And see, that's a law that they passed. He passed that bill. He had that law passed. And Granholm can't get it, but she squashed it, but she can't get it off the books. And that's what they do right now today. You must serve your minimum. And still, let's say they give you 20 to 40. You can't even think about going home until you do 20. And guess what? After you do your minimum, the law states your sentence is turned over to the Department of Corrections.
Man, that's
And
slavery.
they decide
That's the
whether
real
you go
fucking
home.
slavery.
And they decide whether you go home that other 20 years you got on your tail. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking about. And we don't, as a people, we don't understand that our children's got to go up under these laws. You know what I mean? I mean, we all got children in this. The world out there ain't nothing in black and white. And children make mistakes. Kids make mistakes. Teenagers make more mistakes than anybody on earth.
Absolutely.
And they out there, and I'm concerned. I don't want my child to make no mistake and have to lose his life, have to go be locked up behind bars for no 10, 20 years of his life, decades and shit. I ain't with that.
I'm definitely.
I'm not with that at all. A punishment should fit the crime, and the crime should fit the punishment. I don't care.
Hear
You
me
can't
clearly.
make me
Hear me clearly.
believe.
You're doing a good
I'm
job
listening.
at making sure yours don't do that. And the question
Well,
you asked is starts
I'm
at
trying.
home.
I'm trying. Because
You're doing a good job.
one thing that I don't want my children to be oppressed. You know, I already know that in certain things I'm gonna stop the oppression, but you know, I know they're gonna be discriminated against. I know they're gonna be less favored in certain situations. You understand? But I want them to know who they is. I want them to be able to take it on the chin. I want them to recognize it, understand it, and let them know you understand it. But take it on the chin. It ain't nothing. Keep moving.
Hey, Kels, you good?
Keep moving, because it's one thing that I don't want them to do. And I did it, and I had to do it. I prayed to God. I prayed to God for some of the things that most people would never pray for. I prayed to God to take all my impulsive anger out of my body. Take it out. I don't want to see it again.
I think you might choke
I'm
the
done
motherfucker
with
out, though.
And that's the reason, those are the reasons I'm not I don't think that I'm this or I'm that. I know that I had a problem. It didn't take nothing but for you to say somebody done something to somebody in my family or something. I'm gone. And I'm snapped. I done bugged out. So that's not cool.
No.
That, you know, and people take advantage of those things. You know what I mean? And people put you in bad situations for those things. I was an impulsive person, not just out in the street, but I was an impulsive person in prison. I was impulsive for years. I say I was impulsive, so impulsive all the way up till I got about 40 years old. And I just had to start changing my life. I had to start asking for other things in life. I had to start being something different, not what everybody wanted me to be. I had to be who I was.
Absolutely.
And because I was impulsive, nobody would get the chance to find out who I am if I stayed incarcerated. I've had trials and tribulations all since I've been out here. I've had tests, what they call a test and everything. I got jumped by some teenage boys, you understand? The things that I could have did, I let that shit go. See,
You gotta let that shit
and
go.
people that I know, it's people that I know deserve, you know,
Hey,
certain things I felt by my hand.
any more
And
talk?
sometimes you have to swallow it. You know, you trade off some things in order to live. If I take that from him, I got to go do about 10, 15 more. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I got children now. I got a family. I'm a different person. But I got a past too. But I got a past that I ain't too proud of, when it comes to all the violence and stuff like that, because I didn't portray violence on nobody but people look like me.
But at the same time,
People out here trying to.
You never fucked anybody over that didn't have it coming to. You got that?
Right. But still they look like me.
Well, they was in a position to do that to you.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I'm not talking about. I don't wish it would have went no other way than what it went. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't wish it went no other type of way. But what I'm saying is that, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and I agree with you 100,000%.
We could have talked it out. We could have came to some type of resolution or anything.
Exactly.
I didn't have to do. I didn't have to be. It wasn't nothing to talk about, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm not so hard on some of the young cats out here, and I understand what it feel like. When you feel like the world is closing in on you, and you're at such a young age, and you ain't got nobody but you, and when you say you don't give a fuck, and you put that attitude in you, and you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it's certain shit, man. Like we grown men, me and you, grown men. The youth are impressionable. Our youth are impressionable.
Yeah, with one another. And Jay-Z and Puff Daddy and all them. To the drug dealer on the corner.
They don't listen to them. The drug dealer is in his own pocket.
I can get young men to listen to me and all that type of stuff, but I'm gonna tell you what draw the ear, and it ain't nothing, and it ain't no it's nothing bad. What draw the ear is success. If you're a successful person, people don't mind listening. And they look at success by status, economic status, financial status, social status, all that. You can get people to look at you. If you have those qualities, have those things.
Hey, Cuzzo.
And they'll listen to you.
My approach is they know what they're doing, but I tweak them up to be doing the righteous thing.
We live in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then the shit that happens after that, I sleep great. For the simple fact, like, people don't follow my advice. People do their own shit. That's fine. I know my intentions. I did what I could do. My due diligence. You have to understand that.
Man, I was raised by women, man.
Shit,
I was raised by women.
I was
raised. Yeah, I know. You too. I know. All of us was raised by women. Ain't none of our daddies was with us.
None. I don't even know
mine. We were
mine.
all raised by women.
I don't even know mine.
We all was raised by women.
I know how to get shit done, though.
Right. We were all raised by women. And it was only so far that they could take us. We understood that. I did.
Mm-hmm.
You're a woman. I got girlfriends and all that type of stuff and grown women. And
hey, my mama put me up on so much fucking game to this fucking day. You gotta know.
That's my Uncle T.
Yeah.
My T. I come up on that.
You gotta know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss her daily, but I'm not finna piss and moan about it. I'm finna go out and just try this world again. If I'm
Exactly.
successful, I'm successful. If I'm not, I'll try again. But it ain't the
Listen,
end
I
of the
look at
fucking
it like
world.
this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, they had their life. They had their life and whatever, and they gave us life. And the most important thing is, my mom always told me I could be whatever I wanted to be. And I don't know if she was just saying that just to be saying it, or did she really mean it. But
Man. Like you take that close and dearly from your mom. The world will tell you you be whatever you want to be, but take it close and dearly from your mom.
And you know, and I always felt that way. Anything that I couldn't do and that I really wanted to do, I did it.
Absolutely.
So I ain't never really have, you know, and then when I got incarcerated, those were different challenges, you know. Yeah, I went to school, I went to college, I did all that in there. But, you know, I ain't have nobody to share none of my accomplishments with. I had to do everything for me.
And my accomplishments were way great, like way great.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have nobody to share that shit
Exactly.
with.
I used to think that, you know, I used to wonder if, you know, from time to time, you know, I wonder if I passed, you know, would anybody even miss me? And all those things just made me stronger.
Nah,
Just made me stronger.
Nah, bro. You're the one. You got to be around, period. And thank God you ain't going back.
And that's right. And that's right. Because, like I tell my family still right now today, I still have something to offer. And things are going to be different. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be out here. And I'm out here.
You don't think I don't know
I'm making
that?
things happen.
I know that.
It might not be happening as fast as others would like it, or even I would like it, but it's happening.
Yeah, well, you can't make a business like you overnight. Hey,
No.
I gotta jump off of here, but this was amazing. This is the best one. This is better than the best.
Man, I need
we had 60.
Next time,
we had 60.
We want that topic, man. We want you to come. I want you to come with a topic next time, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can go. You know what I mean? And y'all just don't forget, pick up this butterfly bitch. Tell me how you like it. You know, send in some text or whatever. Let me know how you like it. Butterfly bitch, Amazon.com. You can order it. Author Kenneth Harris. Kenny Harris right there on the book. That's how it look, y'all. Order that. Order that quick.
That's dope.
Part 2 will be out. Y'all start telling me how y'all like this, and I'm going ahead and put part 2 out. It's already ready to go.
I love it.
It's hot and ready, y'all.
Right. We're going to
part
end this
2
one.
better than part 1. I'm going to get that up.
We're going to end this one on this note. Man, I'm so proud of my family.
Then on our next program, I got something. I'm gonna show the original book covers. We're gonna talk more in depth into the book. That's what we're gonna do on the next one. And I'm gonna be ready. I wish you would get a copy and read it, and so you can ask me questions about some of the things that I wrote in the book.
That's fine. I'll overnight a copy. Like, how fast can I get it from Amazon Prime?
Probably about 3 days.
All right. So next Tuesday I'll have it.
Yep. Go copy that joint. Give us some time to read. We probably can skip this next Tuesday on that topic and do it the following Tuesday so you can be read up on it.
Well, actually, that's all I do is read. That's all I do. Like, I come home from work and read.
Well, I know a lot of things gonna catch your mind. A lot of things probably a lot of things gonna come to your mind. So yeah, that'll be something. That's a hell of a topic to talk about. I'm interested in what you interested in the book. You know, so that'll be something that we can talk about.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm gonna cut this short. I'm still up, so shit. I just gotta format this, and we good.
All right. I'm out.
All right.
Till next time.
Love you, cuz.
Love you too, bro. I just not sing